Oh, yeah, it's doing it. I'm doing it. We're doing it. Let's do it. We're doing it. All right, here we go. Hi. This is number 87 of 365. And I start in 5. And this one's called... let me see if I'm trying to find a good spot for us here this morning. And this one... Hi. And this one... I'm going back inside. It's too cold. So this one is called. Good morning, Cassie. I love you. This one is called. Man, I forgot the name of the title. Oh, that's right. This one's called The Four Walls, or the Boundaries, or the four boundaries of. Anyways, I can't think of anything, so I'm going to start now. Okay, here we go. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night. I hope that you're doing well, and I hope that wherever you are is doing good for you. This is number 87 of 365, and this one is called The Four Walls, also known as like boundaries, and it's something I came up with some years ago, so I hope you enjoy. It goes something like this. There is a 6-foot radius around where you are of people that come in and out of that 6-foot radius, call it. Now, in that little space, right, there's actually like spaces, like dink, 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 dink. You see it? You can see it, right? Now, the last 2 spaces, dink and dink, are going to be yours. Nobody gets to touch those. All the way on the outside, though, that would be considered like a fan. Somebody you've never met before, but they see something that you've created, or they see a post of yours, or I don't know, something. Maybe you're on the news. I don't know. But they see you and they go, oh, that guy, he's interesting. Let me follow him. And then click, click, click. And they find you on the Facebook. And then all of a sudden, you guys become friends. And you may not know this person. Good morning, Betty Joe. And you might not know this person. And so they're your fan. Now, let's say you do a meet and greet. Or you go to some city somewhere. And that person shows up and they're like, have coffee together. And you're like, this was such a great meeting. I'm so happy that we met and now we know each other. Notice that nobody said, I'm so happy that we're friends now. But you just said, I'm happy that we know each other. That, my friends, is your acquaintance. And now you might be like, Paul, this is so simple. Why are you telling me this stuff? Because I think as many times we don't recognize that where we are within that thing. And then we think that somebody's closer to us than they think they are to us. And then we have expectations of that person. So, instead, what you do is this, there's this idea, I talk about this a lot as well too. Ayn Rand, who wrote Fountainhead, who wrote the book Who's John Galt, also wrote a book which was, I think it's like a dissertation on selfishness. And she talks about, I do talk about this a lot, but she talks about being so selfish that when you give, somebody becomes massively thankful because the person who's selfish is giving. And that's like a moment of, whoa, like that person never gives to anybody and they're giving to me. That must mean something. And there's an idea there that, yeah, it's good to be a good person. Yeah, it's good to share knowledge and good things with people. Totally. Good morning, Natalie. Good morning, Carl. Thank you for joining. Thank you for saying hello this morning. All of that's good. There's nothing wrong with doing that. Now, this is a story. This is a perfect story for this moment that I'm trying to explain. I had a friend of mine call me one time, and she says, you know, I've got this weird thing going on. And I was like, what's going on? She goes, man, okay, I'm trying to get from point A to point B. And I know that I have to be at point B at 3 o'clock. And so I leave point A at 11 o'clock. just to get to point B on time. And I'm like, how long does it take you to get from point A to point B? Are you driving? Are you in a car? Because it's some like 3-hour thing. And she's like, oh no, it's 15 minutes down the street. What? I say. She says, yeah, I leave here to get to here 3 hours early. And I'm like, what are you doing? Are you like getting dressed and like you have a whole slew of things that you have to do to get to that place? She's like, no, I've already done all that stuff. I'm just leaving and then going from here and getting to here. But the thing is, Paul, and this is where the thing is awesome, okay? She goes, the thing is, bro, the universe keeps putting people in front of me that I'm supposed to help. I say, what do you mean? She's like, well, yeah, I don't know, like random stuff, like guy with the tire, or lady that I help across the street, or all this other stuff. And I was like, oh, I get what's happening. And she goes, what's that? And I said, the universe is testing how much you really want the thing that you want. She goes, huh? I don't get it. He goes, look, it's very simple. You've chosen a thing that you want to get done, which is this thing. And you've said, I'm going to do it. And you end up doing it. But along the way, you don't just do A to B. No. You allow the universe to give you more options. Instead of saying to the universe, thanks for the options, but I don't need them right now. I'm on my way to there, and I've got to do it, and it's going to take me 15 minutes. Then I have 2 hours and 30 some odd minutes or whatever it is to be able to go and do whatever it is that I want to do, instead of the 3 hours of doing this thing where I'm running around helping God. And you're not really getting the thing done. Listen, I am talking to myself right now more than ever. Because I'm that guy. I am the guy helping the person on the side of the road. I am the guy picking up the phone, listening to somebody else's phone call. I am the guy doing this. I am the guy doing that. And I never got to fucking B. I never got there. What's going on? Right, the answer is exactly what I just said. How much do you really want the thing that you want? And how much are you willing to, on some level, push away so that you can accomplish that thing? Now, also put the dichotomy involved that what are you pushing away? Who are you pushing away? Is it your family? Is it your children? Just so you can achieve something that's materialistic that really doesn't really matter in the end? Now, are you trying to achieve something for the betterment of everyone around you? It's a give and take, right? It's that same give and take we talk about every day. It's a flow. We're walking the line. There is no perfect thing. I was just looking at this beautiful kinetic sculptures where this thing looks like it's going in and out of itself, and it's it's going back and forth, and it's not going anywhere, but it's doing so much. And it's being affected by the wind and by the nature of its placement and where it's at. And such a beautiful thing. It's almost like being underwater and seeing like a sea anemone, the way that they just kind of travel with the water, and all they're doing is just kind of eating along the way, right? It's just this beautiful moment. It's like a cow on the grass, or it's a flower accepting water and sunlight. It's just nature, and it's awesome, and it's whoa. But none of that is forcing something else. Does that make sense? It's just being natural. And maybe your natural state is to constantly just be running around helping people. And that's okay. Because you're not here to do anything. nothing. You're here to just be. You're here to just be. Not stress, not this, not that. You're supposed to just be okay here. This is supposed to be a wonderland of awesome. You know how, like, when you go on a vacation and you're about to get to Disney World or Universal Studios, and you get this, like, full-on excitement that you're about to have, like, the best day of your life because you're going to ride some roller coasters. Bro, you should wake up every day like that. We should all wake up like that every day. You're like, dude, I'm about to go into fucking Universal Studios, bro. You have no idea. The amazingness I'm about to get to go see, bro. I'm going to get to go see like a butterfly in a cocoon, possibly. I might run across that. I might get to see like birds flying. Have you ever seen birds flying? Like just naturally like sitting in one spot where the wind is catching them and they're just like floating in one spot, kind of just catching the air and they're just gliding. What the fuck, bro? How can that not be amazing? How can that not be like the ultimate freaking Universal Studio Disney park ever? We're like living in it every day. And yet we run around being angry that we're not happy. Get that out of here. You see what I'm saying? You know what I mean? It's crazy. First wall is your fans. Second wall is your acquaintances. The next wall, go fuck yourself. That's your friends, your family, and your lovers or your past lovers. That's it. Nobody else comes in. But those people who are in number 2 can easily get tossed to number 3 and become acquaintances again. Why? Because there's a level of protection that you're giving yourself by having these boundaries. And if there's people in your life who are toxic, whether they're family, whether they're past lovers, whether I don't care who the fuck they are. If they're toxic, if they're bringing in negativity, if every time you talk to them something bad happens later, or a bad thought pops in your head, those aren't good people. They're just, and that's not, let me take that back. It's not that they're not good or bad. They're just not together with it. If they're bringing in any form of negativity, if they're saying anything negative about anything going on, at the very least, attempt to change and transmute their words right in front of them. And they're like, blah, 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 and you're like, da, 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 da. It's like, yo, I'm not accepting what you're saying. Sorry, I'm going to take that and change it to something else that sounds a little bit and feels a little bit nicer. You can say in your thing, but I'm going to tell you how I see it. And it's not going to be this, you know, it's not going to do that. It's going to come from a place of fucking abundance, man. I'm going to come from a place of love and like constant compassion, constant empathy, constant retribution. Like always, I say it every day, like all the time. It's like a mantra in my head. I want to constantly be that person, like try to help everybody, yet at the same time, do the best that I can do for myself. Because if I can't keep myself afloat, if I can't keep my own 2 feet on the ground, what do we got? Floaty McFloatyson. And that sometimes is okay, you know? Okay, you have a floaty guy. Look at the floaty guy. It's cool. But it's so much nicer when it gets grounded. So much nicer when it has like a foundation. When you can actually see that plant can go the opposite direction and grow because that seed that was floating for so long found a place to land. And now the water can give and now the sunlight can let it grow. And it doesn't have to be this hard process that you beg for or that you fight for. It should be natural. Just natural free flowing of self that comes up and becomes this beautiful, beautiful thing that everybody else is like, whoa, that's awesome. And whether you're bending or whether you're broken or doesn't matter, you're a beautiful tree giving awesome oxygen to this beautiful planet. And that oxygen are the thoughts. That oxygen is the art. That oxygen is the stuff that you make that other people get to be amazed at. And it doesn't matter what it is. You could be an accountant. People need accountants. You know what I'm saying? Because it doesn't matter what you are. Doesn't matter what you are. It's not about what you do. It's how you make them feel. In the end, it's not about what you do. It's how you make them feel. And so with that, my friends, please go out into the world and do something nice for somebody else today. And if you can't, then do something nice for yourself, because it does start with you. Number 2, don't get caught up in all the crazy stuff, la-la-las and boozy boos. And number 3, if you would not mind, please like, share, subscribe, send this out to somebody who wants to see it. So someone asked me a question here. Betty Joe says, should we give them a place to land and ground? The only answer I can give you there, Betty, is I would give to everybody as long as they keep giving to themselves. It's when you are enabling someone that you are bringing somebody's energy level up. This is a Stuart Wilde concept from the 33 Steps to the Infinite You. He says, you know, if you see yourself as having a higher vibration, right, and you bring somebody up from their lower vibration, and you bring them up to your vibration, and they're at your level, and they're wearing your energy, some people can kind of catch up. Most people can't. Because there's layers and lessons that you have to learn to get to that place, to be in that space of vibration. And so you can raise somebody up, but then as soon as you let go, because you have to do your own life, you have to take care of your own things, you have to do whatever it is, and you can't constantly be, you know, thinking about that thing unless that's your mission and that's all you want to do. So then if you do bring that person up, when you let go, they have a much farther place to fall to, because that's where they remember being. That's what their vibration stands and they get. So when you bring them up and then you just let go, they go, whoof, and then what do? They immediately point their finger at you and they go, you're the reason this is wrong. You're the reason this is happening to me. And they're not taking responsibility for their own actions, which means you've enabled them. So I hope that gave you some bit of an answer. Going back to number 3, if you'd like, please like, share, subscribe, send this out to somebody who wants to see it, feel it, hear it, all that good stuff. If you'd like, you can support me by going to Patreon. You can support anything from like $1 a month all the way to $8,000 a month, because I'm cuckoo and I think Mr. Beast will see this. Please, Mr. Beast, just watch one of my videos, for God's sake. Okay, anyways, and number, you can also do a Cash App. It's the little number symbol, mentally, HYP2018, or you can watch these on the YouTube.com, because we don't like the Zucky, that guy. This is that part. That part at the end where I say thank you. And I say, hey, hi, thank you. I really appreciate you watching. And I really wanted to say I love you all so much. I'll see you all on the other side.